Hi everyone, it's Jocelyn Martin here with Be Your Best Personal Training, the place where busy women come to learn to be fit, healthy, and feel great about themselves without spending hours in the kitchen or the gym. I'm here today with my good friend Inga Swoop, but I met Inga about 3 years ago today, and I'm really excited to be working with her on her really special program and organization about 3Seams and how it came about.
Yeah, as a mom, I am so blessed. Like, how was I so fortunate to be born into a society where I didn't have to worry about my kids' education or what I was going to feed them the next day or how much water they could drink for the day.
Yeah.
How could I give back to other moms that weren't as blessed in the same way that I was? And we were able to move production from my living room to Haiti in 2010 after the earthquake, and worked with many seamstresses and tailors in Haiti. And that was really kind of the beginning of 3Seams was there. So.
Wow. So you talked about starting in Haiti,
Mm-hmm.
but you also talked about like your mission statement with the three facets of it. So what is that?
So our mission statement is reaching beyond ourselves through job creation, promoting global interaction, and putting faith and love into motion. So those are the kind of the three parts of what we try to do. We create jobs in the developing world, started in Haiti, now are in Cambodia, moving into Nepal this summer. We want to encourage families in the United States and around the world to gift their children with a global perspective, to get involved. And I love what you do, be the best you can be. I think that is... this is such a good connection, because I think that's a part of that, is just learning like how you can get involved with what's happening around the world. And so I think that's something that we at 3Seams really want to encourage people to do. And then also just putting love into motion and loving on those around us, whether that's in your own community or whether that is abroad. And I love nothing more than to hug on some kids and learn or help a woman learn how to do a skill that will help her support her family. So
neat. Now, how did you decide on your countries, Haiti, Cambodia, Nepal?
Yeah, well, we are approached about different countries all the time, and people's stories, and I want to know where a need is. Had 3 glorious years in Haiti. It was wonderful. Loved working with the people there. And then doors started opening in Cambodia with a military village, which is very near and dear to both of our hearts as military wives. I have an opportunity to work with military wives in this Cambodian military camp. And that has just been amazing. So Cambodia came online. Again, Nepal, another story brought to me by a friend, that we started walking through open doors, and that has just developed into something that will be starting this summer. So,
wow. Yeah. Now, you go into these countries. Mm-hmm. Is there any infrastructure there, or do you provide everything?
So I will always be partnering with someone on the ground, whether that's an individual or whether that's an organization. We really want to partner with people that are there full time, so that there is interaction with our program all the time, that there are relationships being built with our workers and with their families and within the community. So there is that much in place, at least. And then we, in Cambodia, we built a facility. In Haiti, we shared space with some other organizations. In Nepal, we are renting a facility. So it always looks a little bit different, but we will go in and obtain a space in some capacity, and fill that space with everything needed for them to learn a skill, whether that's sewing or whether that's jewelry making or whatever else might develop over the years. We will provide those things in the facility for the people.
Now, do those things stay there, or if for some reason you have to leave that country for whatever reason, do those facilities also go?
Well, in Cambodia, we were able to build a space, and that is super exciting to us, because for right now, it's a sewing center, and we love having our own space. It's great, but if for some reason we needed to leave, it could be a school, it could be a church, it could be a shelter, it could be all sorts of things that could continue to bless that community. So that we love. In Nepal, we are renting a space, so that the facility would go, but any sort of supplies that are purchased, if in, the case that we would have to leave a country, they would have the supplies that they could continue to use the skills they've been given and continue to work.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And the products, are those something that you guys bring in that you've already got predetermined, or something that you create there?
Well, each country is going to look a little different. We are very committed to creating self-sustainable programs. And so all that means is that we do not want to have to ship any sort of supplies into country. We want to not only be able to stimulate their economy by purchasing stuff in country, but we also want them to be able to obtain those supplies should we have to leave. We don't want to teach them a skill that is using supplies that has to be shipped in from the United States or from Europe or from some other location. We want them to be able to go to the market and find the supplies they need to continue making the product that we teach them. So that we're committed to. So when we go into a country, we say, well, what's here? What's a natural resource here? What's plentiful? What are they able to obtain? Sometimes it's fabric. Sometimes it's jewelry supplies. Sometimes it might be felt. It might be leather. So we definitely, when we launch, have a plan with a product line, but leading up to the launch, we're very much digging and going to their markets and researching what can we obtain and then create a product line from.
Wonderful. And then how do families get involved in country? Like, how do they get involved? And then how do their lives kind of change?
Yeah. Well, again, 3Seams leans on those people that we partner with. So whether it's an organization or an individual that has a relationship within the community, we really do lean on them and say, who is in need of this the most? And we start with that group of people. And we always grow slow. We want to build relationships. We want to know their families. We want to be a whole program, not just a job that they come, they do, they go home. We want to know their families and know their needs and build a relationship within the community. So we definitely lean on those individuals that we partner with to help bring us the workers. And once we have those people, we definitely offer them the training that they need in the skill, whether it's sewing or jewelry making. So we offer them the training, and there have been a few instances where they're just not catching on. It's just not their thing. And so then we do want to try to keep them involved in the program in some way, whether that's, helping us with the facility through security or cleaning or something, to still provide them with a job, but in a different way. So we have had to do that a few times, but for the most part, these people are just like wanting to learn. They're eager to learn, and they do a great job. So,
wow.
Yeah. And then once they have the job, you asked about how it affects their families. Specifically in Cambodia, the service member really only receives about $50 a month to support their family. Wow. So a lot of times the families get broken up and they have to go to a different country to find a job, or they have to go to a different city and send money home. So really our goal is to try to keep families together, to add that second income that'll do just that much to help keep the family unit together, keep them fed, keep them drinking clean water, keep a roof over their head, hopefully provide education for their children. Wow. So, and it does that. It's, such a small amount of money that in our minds goes so far there. An extra $50, an extra $100 a month just opens up this brand new world for a family living in the developing.
I think I was reading on your website that it states that for most of the people, that extra job with 3Seams creates 2 to 3 times what the national average income is. That's huge for a family.
Yeah, that's our goal. Is a lot of times, we'll find out what the average daily wage is in a factory, and that's not making it. And that's why these families are in the situation that they're in, is because it's not enough. And so our goal when we go in is, if they were to work that many hours that they would in a factory, that they could make 2 to 3 times as much with us than with in a factory type job. So, and some, we don't force them to come and work 6 to 8 hours. They choose how much they're going to work, but the potential is there for them to make more to support their family. And in an environment where we just want to build them up and create a warm and inviting space for them to come and enjoy a new job.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I know I was looking at the pictures on your website, and you have pictures of like families together, like the dads being in there, and you know, the moms, and they've got their little children running around and everything. And to me, that's awesome, because that's my whole mission: is you can be a woman, you can be a mother, and you can get exercise in and eat healthy while having so much going on in your life. It is possible, it is capable, and you're able to do it. So it's great to see those pictures kind of the same type of thing. Yeah,
we love having the little ones in there. And we just had one of our seamstresses in Cambodia just had a baby.
Oh, wow.
And she's coming back to work next month and bringing the baby and probably a hammock that'll hang underneath her sewing table, And husbands like to pop in, and they'll pull up a chair and watch their wife work. And it's really neat. And it's all, we love that. We love meeting their families. We were, this last trip, able to go and visit them in their homes. And many times there's multiple generations living in the same home. So I met all of their mothers, so the grandmother of the family. And so just learning about their family, seeing a few family photos, and it's really neat.
It's amazing how a small little thing like that can impact an entire family.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the whole mission of 3Seams.
Yeah, just to try to make a difference and put a little dent in the global poverty crisis. That's our goal.
Wonderful. So, well, I am thrilled to be working with you.
I'm excited too.
And to have some new things that are going to be coming out for all of you as a way in which to get involved. So if you'd like to learn more, you can go to www.3seams.com and learn more about the work that they are doing in Cambodia and Nepal this summer. Purchase any products, make a donation, and
thank you.
Check back soon, and you'll see some of the more work that we'll be doing together, so that way more people can get involved.